What's going on, everybody? Back again with another video today, and I'm finna get ready to on the old truck. Gotta change the rotors and the brakes, and I'm hoping that solves my problem. I've been having some issues with whenever I get up about 20-25 mile an hour, I hear like a little knocking, and I started off thinking it was going to be the hub assembly, and then or the ball joints, and which I jacked the truck up, took a pry bar and all that stuff, and I didn't have no play whatsoever in the wheel. So that sort of got me off that. I tried my axle, and I heard like just a slight little bit of clanking on the driver's side. So then I started thinking that was it, and then I checked the passenger side, and it had the exact same amount. And I think that's, I mean, if it had a lot, then yes, but just a little bit, I think that's just the normal slack that's supposed to be in there. But that knocking noise that I hear, when it does about 20-25 miles an hour, whenever I hit the brakes, it stops, it goes away. So, and then I've also noticed that my buddy C Farmer, I've been talking to him about it, we've been trying to figure it out, and he's been a lot of help on it, trying to narrow it down, because I don't want to spend, eventually I want to redo the whole front end, but at the same time right now I really don't have the money, and to basically getting parts and stuff that I don't really need right now that are still good. So that's the reason I'm trying to narrow it down before I start ordering parts. And we have both come to the conclusion that, because I was telling him what it did as far as whenever I hit the brakes, and he said, well, let me ask you a question. He said, whenever you're driving along and you have to get on your brakes real hard, does your whole front end just start shaking? And I said, yeah. He said, I guarantee you your rotor is going to be warped. And he said they're very typical on these Chevys. So we're going to try that. And I ordered 2 rotors yesterday. They came in, so I'm going to go ahead. I replaced one side. It's best to go ahead and replace the other, because that way you get them all in the same, they got the same thickness and all that stuff. Same thing with brakes. I'm probably going to go ahead and replace the brakes. I got some new brakes. We'll just see what those look like whenever I take them off. But anyway, right now, then we got a few more things to do. We got to change the oil. I gotta see if I look and see if I got a filter. If not, I may have to wait till Monday. But and then I gotta change the headlight. So we'll be doing that after a while. Right now we're just walking to the mailbox to check the mail and everything. But basically what I was wanting to talk about in this video, some things that I've been seeing on these Facebook forums and stuff like that, people asking, is there money to be made? Then, excuse my language, but you got all these smart asses that just want to do nothing but be a daggum keyboard Rambo and sit there and run their damn mouth. There ain't no sense in that. Like I've said in a couple other videos before, there's absolutely no sense in that. People are out here asking for help. Help them. Stop being an asshole and help them. But I'm sorry, but it takes a lot to piss me off. And I keep hearing all this stuff. And nice day to drive motorcycles. Yeah, dollar. Excuse me, guys. When I get back to the house, I check this and everything. I'm waiting for something to come in the mail. But anyway, he's stuck in my back pocket now, so I don't lose it. Here's Old Glory. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it takes a lot to get me going sometimes. I do got a bad temper, and it used to be short, but I've found ways to deal with it and where things don't bother me as much. But I guess sometimes I just let things build up. But anyway, for those of you that are new, like I said, if you haven't watched my getting started on a budget or the should I get started in RV transport now, go back and watch those videos. Like I said, depending on your situation, then you can make money in RV transport. Everybody can make money in RV transport. It may not be like it was maybe a couple years ago, last year, whenever fuel prices was lower, but you can still make money. Again, depending on your personal situation. I can't stress that enough. There's a lot that plays into your personal situation. One, are you single? Are you retired? Do you have some other source of income coming in? Or do you have a family? Do you have kids? Do you have several kids you got to pay child support on or whatever? Are you the sole breadwinner of your family? Are you the one supporting your family, paying all the bills and everything? Are you the type of person that has to live a luxury lifestyle, or can you just get by with a bare minimum? Those are all the things that are gonna make you or break you. And then the other one is, how hard do you want to run? If you're a single guy and you don't have to have all the luxury things and you don't have a lot of bills and stuff like that, then or if you have another source of income, then you can get by with doing it sort of part-time-ish, sort of slash part-time, full-time. And then maybe being more picky on the runs you want to take. And then if you have a family and you're the main person supporting everybody in that family, or if you have a lot of bills, like a big nice fancy house or stuff like that, then you may not make as much, or you may have to take those longer runs, like California, Washington, or if you're on that side of the country, then you may take the other ones. Of course, you come to Indiana and then that'll get you back to California, wherever. But because those are the loads that they pay more. Now you got to deal with more because you got the wind and all that stuff that you got to deal with. And that's mainly the reason and plus you got higher fuel prices out that way. So that's one of the main reasons that they pay more. But like I said, guys, it all depends on your situation. How How hard do you want to run? How long do you want to stay out? If you have a family, and there's nothing wrong with this. I do not blame you at all, because I'm the same way. If I have a family, I want to be home with my family. So you may not want to get out there and stay 2 or 3 weeks at a time. Again, depending on your situation, that you may have to. But I mean, if you're able to get, maybe if you don't have any kids, and maybe if it's just you and your wife, and maybe your wife doesn't work, or if this is a lady, I'm sorry, if this is a lady watching this and your husband don't work, then maybe y'all can go together, or both of you get hired on and run as a team. Then you can make money. But like I said, there's all kind of different factors that play in to whether or not you can make it. Now that brings me to the next subject, and this one sort of gets me too. Is hold on, guys, I'm fixing to find me a place to sit down for a minute. Yeah, my old back's hurting. Yeah, turn this old thing around here. Yep. See if I can't. Excuse my fingering way. I'm trying to figure out how to get off this little director's view. I may not be able to. There we go. Hey, I figured it out. I'm getting better at this, guy. But anyway, let's see. Hope y'all still, well, we try to find a place and get in the shade and everything. Get over here on the lawnmower and sit down. Yeah. Yeah, we go. Got the old trailer in the background. But anyway, getting on the next part of the subject, there's I remember what I was gonna say. People basically thinking grass is greener on the other side. I'm here to tell you, grass is not always greener on the other side. Do your research. I see all these companies out here, and I'm sure mine does the same thing, but I see all these companies saying that, hey, we raised the rates and all this mess, and our rates hasn't dropped or whatever. Don't believe all that stuff. Do your research. Because if there's a company that's continuously every day saying that we've raised our rates, or we're offering a sign-on bonus and all that stuff, maybe not always, but more than likely it's because there's several drivers out there that has left because something's going on with that company that they don't like, and more than likely it may affect you the same way. Not always, because like I've said before, in a way, I mean, yes, there are good companies and yes, there are bad companies, but in the same sense, technically there aren't, because what I may love about a company, you may hate about them, and what I may hate about a company, you may love about them. So in a way, in a sense, there's really no good or bad company. Now, depending on how the people who work in the office and the owners or whatever like that, how they treat people, then that has a lot to do with me. you can pay me better than anybody in the world. And if you treat me like shit, I ain't gonna work for you. That's just all it is to it. Or especially if you sit here and try to tell me all work comes first. No, sir, I don't think so. My family comes first, and I'll find me another job just like I found this one. But whenever if you see another company, I'm not gonna name any, but I see them on the Facebook forums all the time. But they're always talking about how we haven't dropped the rates or we've raised the rates and stuff like that. Well, just like everything else I've talked about, that you need to do your research, because the rates may be good, the rates may be great, better than anybody else out here, but there's a lot of other things that you gotta figure into that. How many loads do they have? Do they have enough loads to keep you busy with all the other drivers? I mean, it's just like driving a big truck, for example. You may have one company out here paying, I'm sure it's more. It's been so long since I've driven for a company in a big truck, but they, I'm gonna say 35 cents a mile. I'm sure it's probably more than that now, but just say 35 cents a mile. Well, you can get all the miles you want. You can run all the miles you want, and they keep you busy. All right. So there's another company out here that you see, man, they're paying 50 cents a mile, 60 cents a mile. But how many miles are you gonna get? You're gonna get 1,500, maybe 2,000 miles a week. Sorry, but I mean, I was better off working for the other company, getting as many miles as I wanted. I made more money. So those are things you got to look at. But going back to the RV transport, just because the rates are more, do they have the loads to keep you busy? I know this is important, but it's not as important to some people. To some people, it is. Where are those routes taking you? Are they going to be able to get you back home whenever you want to be? Do you want to be a little bit more picky and run certain areas? So do they run those areas? If you want to run south, well, that company, they may only have stuff going west and north. So you may not be able to get back home and whenever you want to. How do they treat the drivers? They treat them good. They treat them like crap. Do fuel discount. You may have one company out here paying, say, I don't know, let's just say $1.80, $1.75, $1.80. They may be paying that per mile, but do you get a fuel discount through their company? Do you how good is the fuel discount? Is it only like 15, 20 cents? Whereas another, I'm sorry, let me go back. You got one company paying $1.75, $1.80. But they may have great fuel discount. They may be getting anywhere between 50 cents to $1 off the price at wherever you're getting fuel. So the price on the sign says $5. Well, you may be getting it for $4 or $4.25. Then you got another company, they may be paying $2 a mile, 20 to 25 cents more a mile, but you may be only getting like a 15, 20 cent discount on your fuel. So time you figure it up, you're making about the same, if not more, with the company that actually pays less. So those are things you got to look at. What kind of load board do they have? Do you have to call in every single time that you get ready to pick a load? Or do you have access to look at the load board? Do you have access to actually pick from that load board? Some companies, they will, now you got to call in and talk to dispatch, and then we'll tell you what you got, and that's what you got to take. Well, there's a lot of different scenarios that play into that kind of situation. Is one, if you're the kind of driver that, and I'm not talking about everybody, but if you're the kind of driver that you want to kiss somebody's butt all the time, then you get in good with the dispatcher, and then they basically give you the good loads. Or like I said, not everybody, but you just may be a damn good driver, and so and the dispatcher sees that. Again, all dispatchers are different too. Some, they look at who's going to kiss my butt and do what I want. And then you got other dispatchers out there, they don't care nothing about that. They're going to look at who the driver is, and does he do a good job? Does he get the loads there on time whenever he says he's going to? Those are the good dispatchers, in my opinion. So you got all those different situations that play into that. And then that my son came out the door watching him. But I think he got his backpack on. Looks like he's fixing to go to the gym. But I probably have to pause y'all here in just a second and go up there and tell him bye. But so you got to call in, and so they're gonna. And I understand their point. They got a job to do. They got loads that need to be moved. So they're gonna ask you, or you gonna ask them, well, what load you got? Well, they're not necessarily gonna sit there and tell you what all loads they have. They're gonna tell you what loads need to be moved. And so hold on, I'll be right back. Let me put you on pause. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Now he's going over to his granddad's to help him, and then he's got to go over to his aunt and uncles and then help them paint. They're building a new house. Now what I'm saying is, as far as the dispatchers go, then if you got to call in to get a load, then like I said, they're gonna give you whatever needs to be moved. So if you don't have any way to see the load board, then you just basically got to take their word for it. The company I'm at, which I love, and I get to actually get on an app and get on the load board. I can tell it tells me what it's paying. It tells me how many miles it is. It tells me where it's picking up from, where it's delivering, and all that stuff. And I can get on there and type in a certain location if I want to go to a certain place. If I want to type in a whole state, it pulls up everything in that whole state. And all I got to do is click a button. If that load has already been picked by somebody else, now once that load is assigned to somebody else, then it comes off the board. But if it's already been picked for somebody else, then it'll pop up a screen saying that hey, this load is already being considered for dispatch. But if not, I click the button if that's where I want to go, and it pulls up, or it asks me, are you sure? Basically asking me, make sure that I'm gonna be able to pick it up on time, I'm gonna be able to deliver it on time, got enough hours to do it. Making sure it gives you the GVWR of the unit. Now, one thing I do wish that it did do, and I'll say it, I drive for Indiana Transport. So if anybody in the office with Indiana Transport is watching, one thing I wish that y'all would do, for those of us that are CDL drivers. Now, non-CDL, you have to go by the GVWR of your vehicle and the camper, and it can't be over 26,000 pounds. If you have a CDL, then it goes by actual weight. So I wish y'all would put the actual shipping weight of the actual unit whenever we go to pick it, so that way we can see if we can haul it. Because like with my truck with everything on it, full tank of fuel and everything, is almost 11,000 pounds. So that means I can only haul 15,000 pounds. Well, there may be a unit that, say you may have a toy hauler, big old triaxle toy hauler. Well, the GVWR may be 20,000 pounds on that toy hauler, but being all the weight that it can hold, because you can put side by sides and whatever in there, plus you got your holding tanks and all that stuff. So the actual shipping weight, completely empty with no fuel or nothing in it, no cargo, no water or anything like that in holding tanks, may be under 15,000. So I might could haul it. And then you may have just a straight up regular big old fifth wheel that's all living space, that may have a GVWR of 18,000. Well, the shipping weight may be 16. Well, I can't haul it. So I don't know if I can haul it or not. I'm just sort of having to take a guess. So that would be nice if they would put the actual shipping weight on there for us to see. But anyway, sort of got off topic a little bit, but getting back to the load board part. But yeah, I just click that button, and it asks me, are you sure you want to pick yes? I hit OK, and then it comes back saying successfully dispatched. And then usually within about 30 minutes, I've got my paperwork emailed to me, and I got my advance on my card. And then usually we got to pick it up within 24 hours. So if it's on a Friday, if you pick the load on Friday, you got till Sunday evening, Sunday night to pick it up. Now if you pick a load after hours, say after 4 p.m. Eastern time, then you can pick the load, but you won't get your advance and paperwork until the next morning whenever they come in. Same thing on weekends. If you pick your load, say Friday night or Saturday morning, well, you won't get your advance paperwork till Monday morning. So, but those are the things that you got to look at in the company. And I love that about this company. I don't like talking to dispatchers. In a way, I really don't like talking to much people at all. But I like being able to pick my own loads and choose where I want to go, when I want to go. So that's one thing I really like about the self-dispatch load board. But I'm trying to think what else. But yeah, all these companies that just like I said, do your research. I can't stress that enough. Ask whenever you call into recruiting. Ask them. Call every single. If you're not picky of a certain company you want to go with, then call all of them and ask them all these questions. What are your rates? Where do you run to? How many loads do you have? Compared to how many drivers you have. What kind of fuel discount do you get? All those things. What kind of load board do you have? Just ask all those questions, and then write them down. Put them on a separate piece of paper. Say, put down, call Indiana Transport, ask them all those questions, put on one sheet of paper. Get you another sheet of paper, call Horizon, put all them down. Call Bennett, Wave, Synergy, Dynamic. Like I said, there's a ton of RV transport companies in Indiana. So call them all. Me, I really didn't do much research. I did, but I didn't. I did in the sense of just like right here, I watched several YouTube videos, and I commented and subscribed to a few different guys' channels, and I've been fortunate enough to come good close friends with them, and they're leased on with the company that I'm with, and so I talked to them, and they were super nice and willing to answer that. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you get all these people out here, they just want to be just basically just give you negative comments on everything. These guys, they were more than willing to help you. The ones I'm talking about, C Farmer, Mr. Tennessee. Then you got the Transport Bandits. They're with another company, but they're super nice and was willing to answer any questions that I have. So go check their videos out and subscribe to those, and comment, send them an email, and I guarantee you they will answer any question that you have. I promise you they will, because I know from personal experience. But you got all these people that they just want to give you negative comments and all the time, and I'm sorry, but I just can't stand people like that. I mean, what is wrong with you? Why can't you just be nice and be respectful and try to help somebody out? I mean, that's what we're out here to do, is help other people out. Not just in RV transport. I mean, anything in life. Stop being one of those just picky, stuck-up people that just basically looks out for yourself. Help other people out. That's what we were put on this earth to do, is help other people out. And so, I mean, I don't know, I'm just getting off topic and stuff like that, but like I said in some other videos, is those out here saying that there's no money into RV transport. Why are you still doing it? They, like, one of my I saw a comment on one of the Facebook, and this is what got me started on this video, is this comment saying that that I'm gonna park my truck until rates reach $3 a mile. I would love to see them reach $3 a mile. I don't never see it doing it, but I would love to see it. But I don't, like I said, I don't never see it doing it. But one, I pretty much guarantee you, he's probably still out here running. I'll be willing to bet he is. But if you manage your money right, and then going back to other things, depending on your lifestyle, and going back to one of my other videos, getting started on a budget, stuff like that, your maintenance work, stuff like that, if you're capable of doing it yourself, do it. Don't take it to somebody and let them do it and charge you out your butt to get it done. Save that money, do it yourself. I mean, simple things like an oil change. I'm sorry, but you can do an oil change yourself. It's not that hard. So why go pay somebody to do it? There's just all kind of things. Like I said, here in just a few minutes, and it's going to be in a separate video. So if you're watching, stay tuned. And I'm gonna have a couple more videos coming out. One's changing the rotors and the brakes on my truck. And then the other one is changing the headlight and the oil. And So if you don't mind, stay tuned for those. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell notification so that way you know whenever those come out. But I know his video is getting a little long, and I'm just sitting here just running my mouth, just rambling. But yeah, these people that, I mean, saying that they're parking their truck, well, either they're not managing their money right, they got a lot of debt, and basically they got themselves into a lot of debt, because, I mean, it can be, I'm not saying always, it can be several different things. It can just be emergencies, stuff that come up, and then it just it was basically not their fault, and they got into too much debt. Or sometimes they, like I said, paying somebody to do everything for them whenever they can do it themselves. That's more money that you can keep in your pocket. They going out here and buying unnecessary things that they just want, but they don't really need. So there's all kind of things that play into that. So like I said, it all depends on how you manage your money, what kind of lifestyle you live, where you're wanting to run to, how long you're willing to be gone. Like I said, all those things play into the different situations. Same thing with the truck. A lot of people, they sit here and say, well, I think they have to go out here and get a brand spanking new truck, the nicest one out here on the market, with the heated seats, heated steering wheel, all the bells and whistles. And don't get me wrong, that's nice. I would love to have one. But the fact of the matter is, I can't afford it. I can't afford that $1,000 or more truck payment every month. And I mean, my truck's 10 years old, and it still runs good. I mean, yeah, I started doing this, and I was aware of this whenever I got started. I knew that I was going to start having things go wrong because of the miles it has on it, and how old it is. So I was prepared to start putting money into it. And that's another thing. Whenever you go into this business, you gotta be prepared for the unexpected. Because like I said before in one of my other videos, the unexpected will come. It's not if it comes, it's when it comes. And normally the way it works is, when it comes, you're going to be in a place or a situation to where you don't need to be in, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. So say, for an example, if I wasn't prepared for something, and I live here in Mississippi, and I take a load out to California, and when that situation occurs and I break down, well, now I got to try to get my truck back to Mississippi. That's going to be a big deal. So keep your maintenance up and everything. That's another thing, like me and C Farmer, we was just talking about yesterday. The difference between taking your truck somewhere and doing it yourself. One, if you take it somewhere, well, they're not going to do every single thing that they say they're going to do. Because I'll give you an example. Several years ago, on another vehicle that I had, before I was doing RV transport, I took my vehicle to Walmart and I had the oil changed. Well, under that package for the oil change, they're supposed to change the oil, they're supposed to grease it, they're supposed to do all this stuff, check the tire pressure and all that stuff. And they changed the oil, and one time they didn't even screw the plug in good. I was dripping oil as I was leaving. The other time, I checked my grease fittings and stuff like that, and see if they actually greased it. They didn't. I paid for it, but they didn't do it. So I went back in there and I said that, well, I said, y'all didn't grease this. Oh, well, it really don't need it right now. No, that's not the point. It doesn't matter whether it needs it or not. I'm paying you to do a job, so do it. It doesn't matter whether or not it needs it. So that's the thing about taking the other thing. If you take it somewhere and they see something wrong, more than likely they're not going to be looking for it. And sometimes if they do see it, they may not tell you. So if you do it yourself, then you get to know your truck. You get to become one with your truck. So you know how that truck runs. If it starts driving different, you know it. If it starts sounding different, you know it. If you're climbing up underneath it, changing the oil and greasing it and stuff like that, if you see something that's out of place, something that's loose, maybe a broken spring, the U-bolts holding your axle and all that stuff on, check all them bolts and stuff. Make sure they're all good. Check your spare tire. Make sure it's still hanging. Check your rock guard where it's hanging down. Make sure all the bolts and stuff are still tight in it. So you begin to notice whether or not something's wrong. If something was there and now it's missing, well, what was it? Something's different. If something's there and it's not supposed to be, maybe you ran over something and picked something up in the road and now it's wedged up in there somewhere. Well, so you notice all that stuff. So it's good to do work yourself on your truck. That way you get to know everything about your truck, and that way you can tell whether something's wrong or not. But I know I just keep on rambling. I'm trying to think what else. I know this video's getting long, but yeah, I mean, that's just a thing that, I mean, all these people out here, they're saying that no, there's no money. Again, there's not as much money, and depending on your situation and your lifestyle and all the things that I've said before, that you can make money in RV transport. So don't let people discourage you. Do not let people get out here and tell you that you can't make any money, or they're not making any money, or they're gonna park their truck or whatever. Because I guarantee you, they're still out here running. I'll be willing to bet $100 on it. But like I said, do your homework, do your research, call all these different companies, and then all I can say is just take the chance. If you're willing to get into this, just after you do your research and everything, and it seems like you can make it. Now, if you do your research and you figure up, now things in real life situations, they're not going to match up with what you put down on paper. They never will. Paper is always going to look better. But if you put all this stuff down on paper and it shows then that you can't do it, well, then it may not. It may not work for you, and that's okay. This job is not for everybody. But I can tell you one thing. Even with fuel prices the way they are, say I'm gonna use where I normally go for an example, and I'm gonna try to wrap this video up. I go to Indiana and I come back to Sherman, Mississippi. That load pays me, depending on whether I pull a travel trailer or fifth wheel, pays me anywhere between $1,000 to $1,200. I'm gonna spend, the way fuel prices are right now, that's like I was saying before, that fuel prices are just ridiculous. I'm gonna spend anywhere between about $550 to $600 in fuel. So just off that one load, that 1-2 day run, I'm gonna pocket $500 to $600. Now you need to keep in mind that, depending on your situation again, that what all bills you got to pay, what all your truck payments, your insurance, all that stuff, maintenance, emergency fund, all that stuff. So you got to put back for that. But just figure one load a week. All right. Which is usually all I do. Sometimes I do two. I started to do 3 one time, but I ran into some issues with my truck. But but you figure one load a week for 2 days. Basically, all you're working is 2 days. You go up there, it takes 1 day to get up there, 1 day to get back. So I'm pocketing $500-600. Well, you can go out here and work in a factory and making, I don't know, what, $300, $400, $500 a week, and you're working all week long. You got to punch a clock. You got to raise your hand. Hey, boss man, can I go to the bathroom? And all that kind of mess. I don't like none of that. I like being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. If I want to run, I run. If I don't, I don't. If I want to go to the bathroom, I go to the bathroom. I ain't got to ask nobody. If I want to stop and take me 10 breaks a day, I can do it. Whenever I get unloaded, say if I was to take a load to California or down to Florida or somewhere like that, and I got unloaded and I wanted to take a couple of days off and just hang out at the beach, I can do it. Where else are you going to do that? So, I mean, like I said, this job's not for everybody. Some people, they enjoy being in the factory and working. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But I really enjoy what I'm doing. Like I said, I get to work whenever I want. If I want to work, I work. If I don't, I don't. So, but anyway, guys, I'm sorry for just sitting here, just rambling, running my mouth and ranting and whatever you want to call it. And sorry the video's so long, but if y'all don't mind, y'all like, share, subscribe. Again, man, I really appreciate everybody that subscribe and comment and everything. It really does mean a lot, and I really thank you for it. And I just ask y'all just keep sharing my videos and referring me to everybody, and let them subscribe, and I hope the things that I put out is helping people, because that's my main goal for doing these videos, is to help people. Because like I said in previous videos, I've learned a lot from people on here at YouTube, and that's basically my way of passing some of that knowledge back, is getting out here and sharing it myself. Because like I said, that things that I guess recommend or stuff like that for people to do, it may not work for you. Somebody else's video, you may watch it, and their way may be better. So don't just take strictly my advice. Get out here and watch other videos and stuff, and some of the people that I've recommended and stuff, because I tell you, there's some great guys out there, and there's ones that's out there that some of them I don't even know. I've seen their videos, but they're willing to help. They're not just out here just giving bad vibes and trying to discourage you and giving bad information and all that mess. That's what we're here to do, is to help people. So again, if y'all don't mind, just like, share, subscribe, and we're fixing to get off here, and I guess we're gonna go tackle this jacking the front end of this truck up and changing the rotors and all that mess. And then next week I gotta get 2 new tires for the front. So y'all stay tuned, and check out my next video coming out. I may post the same day as this one. I don't know. It may be the day after. Just whenever I live out in the country, so I don't really have no internet out here. So, but whenever I get it posted, I'll get it up, and y'all just subscribe, hit that bell notification, so that way whenever it does come up, then y'all know it and y'all be able to see it. Again, I really appreciate all you guys out there and all the support that you're giving me. And as always, y'all be safe out there on them roads. Semper Fi.